Now, what do we mean when we say something necessarily has to exist in all possible worlds? Well, examples of necessary entities are numbers, absolute truths, and shape definitions. For example, take the number 2. No one created it, it just exists necessarily. It can't not exist.
I don't know where Christian apologists keep getting this moronic idea that numbers just exist out of their own accord, but I think it's high time we finally put that notion to rest. I'm going to show you exactly where the number 2 comes from. Premise 1. Define the set of natural numbers as a mathematical set with the following properties. A. The set of natural numbers contains an element called 1. B. For every element of the natural number set, there exists another natural number called the successor to that number. Notice how this was nothing but pure definition. 1 is an element of the natural number set, and the natural number set is a set that contains an element called 1. It's all perfectly self-consistent, and it's all literally true because we say it is. Premise 2. 1 is a natural number. Premise 3. If 1 is a natural number, then there exists another natural number called the successor to 1. Premise 4. Define the successor of 1 as 2. Conclusion? Therefore, 2 is the natural number that is the successor to 1. Voila! That is the complete mathematical definition of 2 as described in all modern textbooks. And yeah, sure, I might be ignoring a few technical details for the sake of brevity, but that is basically how numbers work. They don't exist in any objective sense of the word, but are conceived entirely out of rote definitional fiat. We can only say that the number 2 necessarily succeeds the number 1 because that fact is simply ingrained in the definition of 2 itself. Ergo, it is logically impossible to describe some possible world in any other way, because doing so would contradict the definition we just established. That's what it means for a proposition to necessarily be true. All analytic propositions behave like this, and all mathematical theorems are purely analytic in nature, true only by definition and deduction. So no, you guys, the number 2 does not just exist. It is, in fact, a creation of human minds, as this argument clearly shows. But hey, you know what? I'm a perfectly reasonable guy, and maybe I'm wrong. So here's the challenge for all of you wannabe philosophers out there. Prove to me that the number 2 exists necessarily. Show us the axioms, truth assignments, and rules of inference that you exercise to prove that proposition. Don't just assert it, prove it. Well, I'm waiting.
Bender, what is it?
Oh, what an awful dream. 1s and 0s everywhere. Ugh. And I thought I saw a 2.
It was just a dream, Bender. There's no such thing as 2.